Now, so you're gonna go in your warehouse, your garage, your office, wherever, large or small, the space needs to be clear of clutter. You will never, ever, ever. I'm gonna give you an example. This was a before. This is it now. This was before. This is now. Which space is easier to work in?
Absolutely.
Our warehouse actually looks bigger now for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just open space. It's wonderful.
All your junk and clutter is gone now. Now you need to put everything in order. Your teams need to decide which is the best way for them to order. I spent a lot of time with Barry. We cleaned out the warehouse, and I asked him which way is better. Now, if you guys don't know Barry, he's in charge of the warehouse. He is a master. He knows everything from every nut, bolt, everything in that warehouse, Barry knows. If you have somebody like that in your organization, keep them. Keep them for as long as you can. If you're gonna label and barcode anything, now is the time to do that. We have started labeling and barcoding things. The only thing we have to do now is, of course, all that comes with inventory. We won't talk about inventory right now because that's a whole other ball game. But getting things in order is important. Decisions need to be made by your teams. Like, what items do they use? Do they want to sort them by type, by tool, whatever they want to do, how it works best for them. I mean, let's face it, they're the ones that are going out every day. They need to have things in order. And again, separated by how frequently you're using items or selling items. Again, ask your team which arrangement is best for them to get their job done. That is really important because it's their job. If you're sitting in your office and you're doing other things, your team has to be out there and doing their stuff. So they need to know where everything is, and they need to have it arranged what's easiest for them to get their job done. So again, they become efficient. Again, everything has a place, everything in its place. I'm going to show you some inefficiencies and how I tackle them. When I first got there, we have our pallet racking system. In between the pallet racking systems, we had all this product. Now, what happens when you need to get something down from the pallet rack? Now, you have to have the guys in the warehouse pull all these pallets out. Go up, take the forklift, go up, get the product, bring it out, put it somewhere. Now take all those pallets and put them all back in. How much time is that wasted? And how much of your money is being wasted when they could be doing something else? Really important. That's what the aisles look like now. Clear of clutter. No clutter. What we did was all the stuff that was in those aisles that were important, all the stuff we cleared out from the center and moved over, we now made spaces. These are the things that we send out almost daily. So they're in a space. The tables right here, we can do some work here if we need to, and we can stock the pallets right here that are going out. It makes everything a lot more efficient, and it makes everything work better. After you get all that done, now what's the most important part? You gotta keep it clean. I don't really have a problem with this because Barry takes the guys that work for him, he makes them sweep. If they don't have anything to do, they're sweeping. You could probably eat off that floor, although I wouldn't, but. So, sweeping, mopping, wiping down surfaces, putting items back in their place. Because what happens is if you get into a habit or keep your guys in the habit of just putting stuff down all the time, you're gonna get right back to where you started. Nothing is going to be complete. This also will include maintenance on equipment and machines. Forklifts, whatever you use, make sure they're maintained all the time. What happens is you will decrease the downtime and loss of revenue anytime. I mean, let's face it, if you don't have a backup forklift, that thing goes down, what's gonna happen? How are you gonna get that stuff off that top rack? Maintaining the stuff is really important too. All right, standardize things. Assign regular tasks to the people that are working for you or the teams, you know, that are working for your teams. Have them, tell them what you expect from them. Tell them that I want all this stuff put away. I need this to stay clean all the time. We need to stay efficient. Tell them how to do it. Write a standard operating procedure on how you do things. We've been talking about systems all day. You've got to create a system to make everything work. And that's probably one of the biggest things. Keep it that way. Tell your teams, I want it kept this way. No excuses. Don't have to be fresh about it. Just tell them, I expect this. If I come in at the end of the day and stuff's a mess, you know, you have to clean it up. Visual clues. So, I don't have a picture of it, but I actually laid out all of our warehouses, because we have 3 right now. We have the standard warehouse that I just showed you that we work out of. We have a larger warehouse, and we have Pioneer's warehouse. Visual clues, if you noticed, I had tape on the floor. Everything is labeled. This helps your, oops. Wrong way. So I have a layout of everything. It's in a frame. It's right by the door as you enter the warehouse. So when we end up getting to the point where everything is barcoded and everything is in a location on each shelf, you can look and say, oh, that's in cage 1, that's in cage 2. And then you can, once you scan stuff, you'll be able to know where it is. This is the biggest one. Sustaining it, keeping it that way, making sure your team keeps it all that way. And if you want to take the 5S system and make it into the 6S system, we're going to safety. Just eliminate the risks in your workplace. Like I said, cleaning up the clutter, stopping people from falling down and getting hurt. Setting up workstations just in the offices, make everything more economic. Marking the intersections where the forklifts are going. Make sure that's all taken care of, because that's all stuff where people can get hurt. Oh, what did I do, 2 of those? Nice. So anyways, all of these things, if you all use safety in all of these things, it's gonna help. You don't want to lose somebody because of something silly. Tripping over a box, breaking a leg. You know, I mean, people are important. Like I said, Barry is probably one of the best people you can have working for you. The guy knows everything. If we lost him there, that'd be a major, major impact on business. Just realize that. So this is kind of what would look like before the 5S. This is what 5S should look like. Nice and clean. It enhances the level of efficiency within your organization. It reduces your waste. It reduces your costs. Controls your inventory. And by the way, I've got plenty of inventory of iBasement, which they were talking about before. So if you'd like to call ahead, I can get Barry on that. It'll be shipped out to you anytime you want it. So just letting you know. And let's face it, everybody feels better working in an organized, clean, and safe environment. Thank you from GrateProducts, Pioneer, and Sunpump.